says this one's acceptable. After e d5, bishop e5, guess what? Material is equal, white e5. You see, it's only for one pawn. Black has all the luxury to be in such a dominant position. Yeah, you would expect Black is quite a beast to have such initiative.
And he's down to 48 seconds left on the clock, looking around for a move. He ain't gonna find it, folks. This one is awful. He can look all he wants. This position he never should have walked into. As you said, he takes on d5 was a truly horrific mistake, and now he's going to pay for it big time. By the way, on other boards, we see mainly
game that caught my eye too. There's so many games going on, which is why I do say that this truly is like one of my favorite tournaments on the whole calendar. It feels like we're spoiled. We've got this pawn here that's just loose, but instead of capturing it right back, we saw knight f4 played. And then the queen goes to d2 and we see bishop h6. So knight h3 is a clear threat. The rook is hitting the bishop on c2. Obviously the queen is in trouble here, so it feels like queen d1 is the move. But then why are we moving the queen over and over again? It feels like bare minimum Alireza can just recapture this pawn on b5 and be completely fine here. And I mean, fine is probably an understatement. Yeah, I think he's doing quite well. g3 at some point, you feel like you have to remove that knight, but as soon as you play g3, power of the bishop is really felt from b7. So yeah, this position looks very, very good for Alireza with bishop h6. He seems to be pressing an advantage already in this one. Taking a look at games, one that certainly caught my eye was Arjun Erigaisi, who I know everyone has their eye on. Arjun, his amazing ride is to quite literally the top of the chess world, and he plays Enterprise.
And it's possibly not the strongest move in the position. So imagine how good the position is.
Yeah, I mean, knight takes g2 is the one.
Knight takes g2 is a killer.
That looks like a powerhouse move. Boom! There it is on the board. Just as we were predicting it, it happened. That's a monster shot. You can look all you want to. but an explosion has gone off near that white king, and he's taking now back, of course, but the entire pincer action, as we mentioned, with the bishop on the d5 square hitting along that long diagonal.
Yeah,
Show that, and then the rook sitting on f8, lurking, being able to capture, and the rook on c8 hitting on the c2 square. That queen on d1 is fully overworked. It is now almost an embarrassment of riches about what to play, and the move
knight to h5.
h5.
I think in knight g4, which would have been too bad because, like, you know, to use a pin a little bit. And go queen h4 and to just throw everybody in for the king.
That looked good too, but he played
Yeah,
knight
knight
h5.
h5.
Hate it, brother, for playing that move. That move looks fantastic. The knight on f3 is now straight hanging. He did play knight over to d4,
Yeah.
as you mentioned. The only knight that can move there, defending his piece. For the moment, the question is, how does Firouzja now play this position? You would think his queen should appear. There's a knight f3, knight f4 check possibility as well.
Take on c2 maybe?
If he takes on c2, this
Like,
is
look, you can take on c2
already a round one.
and take on f3 and go queen g5 using there's still a pin, right? And you go queen g5. Once again, I'm making stuff up.
That is lovely. That is mating. That is not making stuff up. He has no move. Next move is mate. h3 is knight f4, and h1 is bishop takes on f3. I love that line. Love to see this transpire. Wherever you go, there's going to be a mate wherever that king goes. That would just be a special game to start off these championships. You wish you played this in classical, much less in a rapid. We're taking away his GM card. Like, just sack. Double rook sack. And I know he sees it. This guy sees tactics for breakfast. He wakes up out of his bed and he spots variations like that. He's probably just checking to see, should he capture on c2 or on f3? And yeah, boom, there it is. Rook takes on c2. Just what we wanted to see. Throw some gold coins at this man as he is now, by the way, it's not just a rook sack, it's threatening the bishop on b2 as well. So it's moves that are happening now with threats. And his next move we're anticipating after queen takes c2, which looks just about necessary. And a resignation. He didn't even get the chance to sack on f3. Bro, come on. We wanted to see that finish. Why don't you show it once again for the fans?
Yeah, so
He Grandmasters. Actually, maybe he ran out of time as I'm thinking about it. Maybe his clock ran out.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Now you can
That's
see
what
on the
happened.
video feed. So.
He was trying to make him. He was trying, but his clock ran out. This is the move that he was not able to deal with. Rook takes. By the way, if you don't take back, there's really no place to move your king.
Yeah, there's nowhere to hide.
Queen g5 is coming, and so your king is going to be flushed into the corner. So knight takes, pretty much forced. Whatever you do.